Hey guys, what's going on? Oh, good lord, Mike. That stuff on my beard. Sloppy.
The morning complexion.
I know. Hey guys, what's going on? I am the Silverback Senpai coming at you with another episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. I am joined here with my co-host, Waluigi.
Good morning, guys. My apologies for the lateness. Had to deal with some Florida stuff going on. Glad to be here, episode 8. Can't wait to show you our exclusive guest.
And our guest is ButterPunch. What's going on?
Hi guys, my name's ButterPunch, and I want to say thank you guys to hosting me today on your 8th episode.
No problem. You're definitely in a Montekia uppercut right now.
All right, it's early morning.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, we were supposed to start at 9:30 or 9:45, but Waluigi already told y'all what happened, so... Yeah, if you want to blame anyone, you blame Waluigi.
And it's okay. we had our little separate 20-minute podcast between me and Silverback.
Yeah,
getting his origins and his backstory. I'm pretty sure you guys already have that, but if not, I got.
I mean, there's more to my story that I can explain, but we'll talk about that offline.
Right.
All right. Anyway, guys, this episode of the podcast is available on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and Spotify. The video playback will be available on all platforms that it is currently streaming on. That is Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And I'm going to go back and reflect on our last podcast, which was episode 7. We had Virtual Suplex. Shout out to him. And I did get some feedback on that podcast where the audio was at one point it was okay, and then another point it was just kind of just a little bit wavy. I'm still working out the kinks on that, people. I'm still working out the kinks.
Minor setback.
Yeah, I'm not going to be perfect at this. Believe me, I wish I was perfect, but little by little, every step of the time, every step of the way, and the fan that you hear in the back, that's usually the bathroom. So, yeah, I try my best to reduce any outside audio and try to make the best of the podcast and just bring you guys some quality entertainment. Every bi-weekly, every other Sunday, we have the podcast. So in the next 2 weeks, we'll have another guest. But today, let's not focus on the past. Let's focus on the present right now. And that is our guest, ButterPunch. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just off to a good start of the day. Woke up, got some Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I watched some Mortal Kombat videos, actually. The grind never really stops for me, so I was watching a little bit about Biohazard and his Kano. So that was really interesting to watch.
That's something I got to see.
A very good Kano. I recently just got into playing him and Baraka. It's nice having a lot of damage.
I'm proud. I'm proud to hear that as a Kano main.
I'm glad to hear that.
All right, so tell us, what is your origin story, ButterPunch? Give us your background. How is it that you got into gaming, your favorite games, so on and so forth. Let us, or let the people know about you.
Well, time for my anime backstory, guys. Where's the flashbacks? We need the sound effects to come in the background.
You need glowing glasses, too.
There we go.
There you go.
Already got to a good start. I think I want to start it off with, when I first started playing video games. I think I was, 3 or 4 years old, actually. And my family, they weren't really too rich. They were middle class Hispanics, and they recently came into Florida, I think in '96 or '95. And I was born in 1997, so they were kind of moving in and getting all these furnitures in. But a lot of my family, their cousins that were teenagers, they wanted a gaming system. Their first one they got was the Nintendo 64. I wasn't alive for that, so I knew of it, but I didn't play with it. But yeah, it was a great console of that era. And then they were able to get a PlayStation 1, and that was when I first started playing video games because there was Mega Man X specifically.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I played with that a lot, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so complex, but I love it. I couldn't even put words to explain how awesome it was at 3 years old, but boy oh boy, I was happy to finish a level and being wow, I can beat this guy. It was really interesting. But yeah, that was definitely my first experience playing video games. After that, I just played more video games with the PS2, then with the Xbox 360, PS3, and then PS4. That's when I got into that. Yeah, I definitely had to dabble between other systems like the Nintendo Wii and the Switch, which I do have.
Hey.
Great system, especially for the exclusives.
Agreed.
But to segue from there, I guess for like how I got to in fighting games is funny enough. I got into the game For Honor.
Hey.
If you guys don't know what that is, that's a Ubisoft game where they recently had, I think, 3 years or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Where it's like three factions fight it out. You got the knights, and you got the samurais, and you got the Vikings. There we go.
They also have a fourth one called the Wulin now.
Yeah, they added a Wulin, which is like, I guess,
Chinese soldiers.
Chinese soldiers, yeah. And I played that for like a year or two, just playing the game, and it was so much fun. Like, it wasn't really like a competitive fighting game by like most standards, like Mortal Kombat or Smash. Or, you know, I'll consider it for most people that Smash is a fighting game. Sorry, guys, but but yeah, it was very interesting because like there was like this whole fluidity of the movement. It was 3D movement. And,
That's true.
Like, you had to learn how to fight between like all these 12 characters because they all had their same rules and like complexity to them. But then after I got into that, I moved on to other fighting games like well, funny enough, it was Mortal Kombat 11 because I played For Honor for that long, and then I got Injustice 2 like I think 3 weeks before Mortal Kombat 11 released.
Oh, okay.
And then when that game came out, I kind of had a lot of fun, but then that's when I started learning about the video game fighting fundamentals and the concepts of frame data and like whose turn is what basically. And then from there on, I've just been playing the game a lot and learning.
So let me get this. So you didn't play MKX or MK9?
Or Mortal Kombat Session Alliance.
Oh god,
Da-da-da-da.
I wish. No, actually, I didn't play Mortal Kombat X like that.
This just blew my mind,
MK9.
actually.
Yeah.
I played 9 casually because Kratos was on there. That was pretty great. But I didn't play those fighting games like that. Like, I think when I got Injustice 2, like I only played it because Red Hood was on there, and then like I got bodied online because you know it's 2 years into the game. Everybody knows the tech.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what's safe and what's not safe. And I'm just the new guy coming in, and then
You get
Mortal
wrecked.
Kombat 11 comes in, and I'm like, all right, well, this is the game I can play.
Man, and for you to come into the game and be that good to the point you end up winning a tournament here
Yeah.
at Flynn's Arcade, located here in Margate in Broward County, I'm just like, wow. I'm surprised. Like, I'm just now learning that
Yeah.
wow, this guy is really good. And I've been playing Mortal Kombat since the very first one. Played MKX a lot. I played MK11 a lot.
Me too.
And then for you to transition from For Honor and then to MK11
That's a
and to
flex.
completely
That's a flex.
to completely dominate the local competition. Yeah, as Waluigi said, that is a flex.
Yeah, because if you haven't seen the Flynn's Gaming FL Twitch, there was a match where we had it at it, and we had a tie round. That's the only achievement I have against him. We had a tie round, and you can hear me scream in the background.
Oh yeah, it was a very interesting time.
Like, I screamed so loud, everyone just stopped for a second.
Oh, yeah, you could see like a lot of people and Will and Eddie in the back, just the owners of the arcade, just watching us. Like, wow. Like, all right, we'll just be loud. But yeah, there's definitely like a cool transition like from For Honor to there. I did play a little bit of Dragon Ball Z, but I didn't do competitively. I just did only online, and pretty much like whatever tech the online people were doing, that's what I learned. But obviously that game and their fundamentals are completely different for Honor.
It's like the FGC
Mortal Kombat.
community has like different types of frame data techniques and all that.
Right. And I gotta tell you, like when I started playing MK11, I got curious about the other fighting games. I was like, wonder what's Tekken 7 like. I wonder what Street Fighter.
Dude, me too.
So I kind of like delve into trying these other games, and like each of them has their own strength. I think my weakest game is actually Tekken 7. That one I'm the weakest in, even though that's the most fun anybody can have actually playing that. Like I could play that all the time and still lose, but I'd still have a good time.
It is a fun game. Because I can say straight up, I got smoked by Silverback multiple times in Tekken, but I still have fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a good game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think I think the one that like doesn't get that much like cred, but like is necessary, like if you're trying to get into like good fighting games, is Street Fighter.
That's
Everything
true.
about that is very fundamental based, and like it's very weird because when you do combos, it's very execution heavy. You can't just ad lib it with like Mortal Kombat when they have like I guess like long input timing windows, or like with Dragon Ball Z where you can kind of get some help from assists to do your combos. With this one, it's like it's all you.
Yeah.
There's no like well, there's not a lot of gimmicks, I want to say. But like when it comes to fundamentals, that's the game I think that's based off of that.
Definitely.
Interesting. So, what are your favorite gaming genres besides fighters and whatnot? Like, are you into action adventure, shooters, MOBAs, battle
RPGs.
royales, RPGs?
Puzzles.
That's a lot of options, and I've actually played a lot of them. But I think my favorite ones would be like action adventure or like storytelling games, like The Last of Us, for example, or The Walking
Ooh.
Dead, or Wolf Among Us.
Oh, Telltale series.
Yeah, Telltale series. I've
Those
played
are
every
great.
single one of them, and they're all great in their own way. Some of them are not as good, but that's a opinion that I can have with that, I guess. But I like those because, like, when it comes to video games and like being a college student, like I have to manage my time between like studying and working, and then not working, but like studying and then playing video games, and I kind of have to find a balance for it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if there's like a multiplayer game or something like that, that's like a constant process. Like there is no end goal. You are just playing until like you're done for the day and you have fun with your friends and then keep playing with friends. With single player games and like story games, there is an end goal to it. And once you've finished a game, like there you go. Like you've had your fun and you got what you wanted from it. You got the experience from the game.
Yeah,
That's true.
and you can move
That's
on to another game.
Yeah, you could move on to other games. For me, like I like to spend a lot of time with a single game and kind of get into the world and finding all of its secrets if I can. RPGs fall under that same line, but that's like exponentially more time involved.
Yep.
Yeah,
A story game that's
definitely.
like 20, 30 hours, an RPG can make that. Like,
Such as Final
triple,
Fantasy?
quadruple. So RPGs are great. I love them, but I just don't have the time for that yet.
I
Yeah,
feel
same here. Like I'm currently playing through an RPG right now, which is Ghost of Tsushima, and I ain't gonna front. Like I completely forgot about the topics of this week because I completely forgot about the topics of this week. Like, oh yeah, we have a podcast later on
Well,
coming up and whatnot. So
I'm the persistent one.
so
we
you
could
know,
ad-lib it.
you know,
We
so-
could change it up on the 8th.
So I was like, wow, I completely forgot about the podcast because Ghost of Tsushima is out. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna play this game this whole week. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna focus on this game a lot, spend a lot of hours into it. Like I literally went to bed at 1 a.m. and then had to wake up at 8 so that way I could drive here and start setting up the podcast. But yeah, man, that game is just. I mean, it's just beautiful, man. Like, it is just.
I saw the pictures.
And the combat, I will say this, the combat does take some time to get used to, some time to learn, because there is no lock-on aim, which a lot of people have brought up online about that. There's no way to lock on a character, to enemies where you could just, attack, a certain one that you want. But I had to think of it as if I'm playing God of War or if I'm playing Infamous, because Sucker Punch, the guys that developed the game, are the ones that actually did Infamous. So if you're familiar with Infamous, then you should know that Infamous had no lock on and you just beat up whatever character that was literally in your way. So I had to think of it like that, and like God of War in terms of parrying, and little by little I'm getting a little bit better at the game, and I'm also getting some Far Cry feels where you have to liberate certain sections of the country.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's pretty dope. So, and of course the story is also good as well. You also get to learn about the characters that you're trying to recruit, so that way you can go and take back your country and save your uncle, who is the lord of the entire country. So, yeah, it's pretty good, pretty interesting, and I literally just gave y'all my impressions. I was supposed to make a video about it and just upload it later, but
Spoiler, not spoiler.
Yeah, it's a spoiler.
I know.
There you go. Cut the clip. We're putting it on YouTube, guys.
Exactly. But yeah, like RPGs, man. Even before that, I was playing Persona 5, not Royale. Listen, I'm gonna get to Royale. I'm gonna get to Persona 5 Royale. Whenever I get there. Keyword, whenever I get there. Because right now, I'm still, like, before Ghost of Tsushima, I was playing Persona 5, and I'm 100 hours in the game, and I'm still not done. I'm still not done with the story. There's still a lot to do. I'm getting to the end, but I'm not there yet. So it's going to take me some time, especially after Ghost of Tsushima.
I'm thinking of the last RPG I played. I completely forgot.
And then after that, there's also Neo 2, which I bought brand new, and I've only gotten as far as character customization. That's it.
Oh my god, I forgot I was
You're missing out on like a whole experience right now, man. Like,
yeah, I literally am.
I mean, if the character customization is where it's at, then yeah, you got your $60 worth, man. But I think you're missing out on the big chunk of the meat of the story.
I'm missing out on a lot of stuff in the game, and that's because, well, when you grow up and you get older, you just don't have a lot of time for games, and RPGs being one of them. That's why you see a lot more people on shooters or maybe fighters or whatnot, because you can get a quick match in, a quick game in, and that's it. You're done. You move on. RPGs, man, it's a whole complete experience. But I will say that as far as gaming has progressed throughout the years, RPGs are getting a little bit better.
That is true.
In storytelling and bringing you this experience that you're not going to get anywhere else. So I'm grateful for that. And by the time you finish the game, you'll be like, done. Like, that, if you guys follow me on my Instagram stories, on Instagram, I posted my Sekiro clip, one of my Sekiro fights, where I was fighting the final boss.
I watched that.
Man, that scream of joy, like, oh my God, I'm done. After so long, I'm done. And after that, I just took the game discount and be like, okay, I'm done with this game. I'm not doing new gameplays. I'm good. Usually I would. But for that game and the amount of abuse that I went through, I said I'm good. I'm good. Certain games, I'll do New Game Plus. Like, I think the only game only RPG game that I've done New Game Plus for was Dark Souls 3. With the DLC.
That's a good game.
And I was like, I want to do another one so that way I can try to platinum it. But I think I'm like, I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
Oh, man. I mean, are y'all like that when it comes to RPGs where it's just time consuming, but it's just like...
You either just gun it and hope you get everything in one playthrough, or you're one of those people that go mad and just keep going.
Oh, no. Like, if I pick up an RPG, like, it has to be, like, a commitment for me. Like you said with Persona, actually, that was a commitment for me that I didn't know I had to be ready for, because I think... I was on my freshman year of college, and it was a summer, because I think I remember it came out like in March or something like that, and sometime around the summer, that's when the first Persona 5 came out here in America, and I saw a bunch of reviews on it, like ACG, Gameranks, and I was like, okay, like they're all saying this game's pretty good, even for people who don't play these kind of anime JRPG games.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a shot, because if they're all saying like it's worth a buy, I'll trust them on that. So I buy the game, and I decided to have 3 summer classes that time. I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna go ahead and get ahead on my classes, see if I could graduate early, and do that. So I go into my classes, and I'm playing Persona 5, and like I'm spending like 5-6 hours trying to play like Persona on a day. Because like I spent a few hours on it, but after like the first 8 hours, I got invested and just spent more time playing it.
Yeah.
But then I had to juggle like between school and that. I think I spent like, it took me literally the whole summer, those 3 months, just to finish Persona, and that was like 100-hour playthrough.
Yeah, so I'm currently at 100 hours right now, and I'm nowhere done. I'm getting there, but I'm not there.
Yeah, I think if you're hitting the 100-hour mark, I think you got like 10 to 20 hours left, and then that should be your end game.
Good.
You're definitely getting there, but yeah, it was a journey to say the least. Because like you literally spent, for me, and probably a bunch of other people, you spend at least a couple months. If you're like the person who's in high school, then yeah, you could probably shell it out in like a month. I have friends who do that, but like people in college or in work, that's a couple of months of your time at least, and that's just become like part of your memory. That's a part of your experience from that point.
Persona.
And like
I never played the game.
one of the greatest games I've ever played. Honestly, I want to play Royale, but that's another 100 hours.
Exactly.
Of commitment. I don't know if I want to do that again. So I'll just go ahead and watch the playthroughs and.
You're making me think about
find
seeing if it's on
extra
PC
content.
now.
Oh, dog. I want to get golden on PC, but I already know I can't.
Yeah, I've heard about how good Persona 4 Golden is, and do I want to drop another 100 hours into another game?
I bought the Vita specifically for that, and I was in Honduras for like one of the other summers that I had in college. Spent 30 hours on it, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't.
I felt that.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and get the full experience, I definitely say watch the anime and then go watch the old anime of Golden. That actually did such a great job showing you the story and everything between Persona 4. A lot better than Persona 5 in my opinion. Persona 5 anime was like really rushed, but this one I think I can trust the anime to put everything together for you guys.
Good. I'll take that route because. Man, I am not trying to drop another.
I'm just going to watch spoilers.
I am not trying to drop another. No. Can't do it. All right.
Which topic do you want to start off on?
We'll go with the pet peeves. So, gaming pet peeves. How many of y'all have gaming pet peeves, things that bother y'all about gaming or your gaming experience that just irks you? So, Waluigi, you take it.
Let's see. What have I said
I'm still
before?
thinking about it, so you go ahead and give me some ideas.
Let's see. I remember talking about having younger gamers playing like M-rated video games, and you're in a group chat or in a party, and your pitch might irritate somebody, or you might have to hold back your language and such. I remember talking about this in episode 3. Then I said toxicity. That's a common one that we both have. Mm-hmm. Such as MK11, when people start teabagging in the middle of like a combat league match and not finishing the match. Then they're like fatality. They want to extend the punishment that's not necessary. And then the bad messaging. Let's see. What else can I think of? What are good common ones? Like probably people trying to disconnect instantly out of a game. But would I go with toxicity? Probably not.
Yeah, toxicity is something else, and like for me in Mortal Kombat, I go into the Combat League, which is the ranking system they have in Mortal Kombat 11. Nobody ever really does it for the rankings. It's really for the skins that they offer.
Yep.
That's the only reason why anybody goes there, because it's a stressful time every time you go into it. Like you go into a match and like you make a mistake, they decide to teabag you in the middle of the match, and you're just like, what? It's not even that serious, man. We're just here for skins.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't even a tournament.
Just give me the skin.
Setting. Like, you doing this only helps your ego, and, like, you're hurting me in the process. But then they lose against me, and then it's all good. But then when you see those hate messages, that's personal satisfaction for me, because then I got enough of their attention to be like, I'm going to spend a minute of my day sending you a message because you are full of crap and you cheated. And I'll be like, well, you should have learned the frame data.
Dude, out of my whole Combat League experience, I had a praise message. Like, instead of a hate mail, I got someone to, like, GG, because we did random hidden select. You're familiar with this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We both did random hidden select each time for a Combat League match.
That's stressful. I don't know the whole cast that well.
I don't either.
Yeah, I couldn't. It's like, if I knew how to do basic combos, then I'd be confident in that. But, like, people like Garrus or Frost, I don't really know that well. Because, like, you don't really get to spend too much time playing them in story mode or, like, in tournament unless you do main them. And I don't main them like that.
Let's see. Get back on the pet peeves.
Right.
I would say, wait, we discussed about microtransactions, haven't we?
No.
Perfect!
All right, we're off to microtransactions.
Honestly, games that just throw too much microtransactions, even in a mobile gaming, which I will mention for once. We don't really talk about mobile gaming because I don't think it's really that popular.
I don't consider mobile gaming.
I don't either. But surprisingly, people are rising up to it. There's esports for it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I heard about it recently.
For what game specifically did you hear about?
Clash of Clans.
I did see that on the store. So yeah, I could see that. I don't really play too many mobile games.
Neither do I. I just don't have the time for it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a separate time sync from actual games.
It's an entity.
Are on consoles. Yeah. I don't want to make any commitment for that.
I'd rather say I missed your text from playing Mortal Kombat than anything else.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to be really honest. I wouldn't want to get made fun of. I'm like, oh, sorry, I was in the middle of raiding somebody's castle while getting promoted Age of Empire or Raid Shadow Legends.
Well, I do have a few pet peeves of my own. One of them being that I discussed on my Instagram story that, listen, if I'm playing the game, don't send me no invite to another game. Don't do that.
I forgot about that.
That irks me.
Oh my god.
I swear, that irks the crap out of me. I'm playing the game like, okay, if I'm playing, what game it was? Because it was just recent. I think it wasn't Ghost of Tsushima.
Tekken?
No, someone sent me a Tekken invite. I was playing Apex Legends. Legends and whatnot, right? And someone in my friends list sends me an invite to Tekken. And they keep doing it. And I think this guy did it at least 3 times. I'm like, bruh, you see me playing another game. You see me playing Apex Legends. I would understand if you sent me an invite to Apex Legends if I was playing Apex Legends. Cool, I'll come join you. Or send me a message saying that, hey, can I come join you? Sure, I'll send out the invites. No problem. Or in Apex Legends, there's the option to join a person. Usually I just join random people. And just be like, all right, yo, let's run some games. Cool. Same thing with Tekken. If I'm on Tekken, I see someone on Tekken, I'll join them. Why not? But if I'm playing a game different than yours, do not spam me with invites. It is annoying. Like, stop.
They just miss you, man. They just want to get some games in.
I understand that, but it's like
Gaming with Senpai.
And this is not me, personally attacking anybody. It's just, this goes for anybody, regardless of what game that you're playing, because I'm pretty sure people can relate to that. Okay, I'm playing this game. You're going to send me an invite to another game. Like, really, bro?
Bro.
Really? I'm playing Apex Legends. You want me to come through in Overwatch? Though I have the game, I'm not putting that game back in my PS4. I might as well just donate it to Flynn's Arcade and just let them have it. I don't want that. I don't want that game.
Esports team for Flynn's. There you go.
Oh my god, that'd be perfect.
Or if I'm playing Mortal Kombat, you're gonna send me an invite to Street Fighter. Yep. Or the worst one. I'm playing Tekken and you send me an invite to Fortnite.
Yo,
I'm glad
that's a mix.
I just unfriend somebody right off the bat.
I'm just like,
no disrespect.
I'm like, did this fool just really send me an invite to Fortnite? The level of disrespect that you are sending me. Oh. You're lucky I did not unfriend them, but that's just another story for another day. But still, people, don't do that. Don't. If they're not playing the same game as you, do not send them an invite, or at least have the common courtesy and decency to send them a message. Yo, how long are you gonna be playing this game? You want to run a few matches in this other game that I'm playing? If they say, yeah, sure, all right, cool. Just wait. If no, then keep it moving. So that's just one of my pet peeves. And my second one, and this is in Apex Legends because this happened. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. It was Friday.
Oh gosh.
I was playing Apex Legends here.
Oh man, it's still burned into him.
Yep.
I'm literally carrying this team. I'm the kill leader with at least 8 kills and over 2,000 damage. So I'm looking good. And we're going down to the last few squads. I get shot. Okay, my teammate gets down, so all right, let me go ahead and go pick him up and then take care of whoever's, that shot him down. Cool, no problem, right? I end up getting shot down. And my teammate, yeah, y'all just listen to this one here. My teammate is looting a looting box, a death box. Here comes the enemy gunning me down. And then do their finisher while I'm still looking at my teammate in the background looting, and I'm pressing the ping like, yo, I am being finished off right now. Help me! Help me!
Give me a second, dog. I gotta get that gold loot, dog. This is our only chance. If I get that gold loot, it's over.
Like, I'm like...
I'd be pissed.
Yo, I was so mad. I was ready to throw the controller here. I was like, you know what? Let me not. So I just set it down. I was like, I'm not going to do it. If I had my mic on, I would have cursed this guy out. Like, you're looting a death box while two of your teammates is down. I'm being finished. And I see you in the background.
You could have taken him out, but no. He wanted to look fresh.
Yo, that had me so hot the other day. I'm like...
Dead serious. Fresh to death, literally.
Fresh to death.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That's some crazy pet peeves. I think now that you guys told me, I got one that bothers me a lot. Usually, when I'm with playing PS4, I have a bunch of set of friends that I could have a party with. I have my close friends there, that play video games with me, casually, that live nearby. I'm friends with them close. So I'll be in the party with them, right? And then I'm in 3 or 4 Discords.
Shout out to you, Jeremy.
There you go, Jeremy. There you go. I felt like that was a little bit like the stand is fucking Jeremy, Doug. This guy.
Damn it, Jeremy.
But yeah, I have that one set of friends and that I would go for playing games in the party. Then I have another set of friends that I have from college I'll play in a party. And then there's 2 or 3 Discords where I go for Mortal Kombat matches. And I'll get on and I'll go into one party and I'll be playing, right? Well, I'll be playing Mortal Kombat. And then one of my friends from the other Discords in Mortal Kombat would just jump into the party without any invitation. They're like, hey, yo, what's up, Butters? You want some matches, bro? And then I'm like, oh, yeah, dog, just give me a sec. And I'll be like, yeah, just give me a sec. I'll join you in your party real quick. You'll be like, all right, bet. Stays in the party, dog. Stays in the party. I'm just like, hold up,
this guy really.
You're just gonna come into the party and then just stick around you don't got somewhere to be.
Oh,
I'm playing with my homies right now. If I wanted to join you, I would have. Why you intruding?
Exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes they don't get the point. I'll try to be nice. I'll be like, hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go. They still I'll leave the party and then try to come back 20 minutes.
And
they're still there. And I'm like, are you making friends with my friends right now, dog? Because
this is awkward.
This was just for the matches. And sometimes I just can't do that kind of confrontation thing. So I'll go ahead and
I felt that.
Go into the settings and be offline mode, and I'll be like, listen, I'm gonna go, dog. Go on offline mode. Text my friend, and I'll be like, hey, I made a party. I locked it. Can you come? And then he'll send me a message back. He'll be like, you little pussy. And I'll be like, dog, I just couldn't do it to him. I just couldn't do it to him.
That's all.
And this doesn't happen just once. This happens every other time. Because sometimes I'll go into ESL online tournaments for Mortal Kombat, and I'll make friends through there, and they'll always ask for matches. And I'm like, oh man, there's just more people doing this.
More people becoming the problem.
Oh gosh, I mean, I appreciate the matches, but sometimes I just want to hang out with my homies.
You just gotta chill.
Mm-hmm. I get messages like that on Apex Legends where someone will try to friend me because I carried them, and they didn't do anything. And I'm just like, No, I carried you. No, I'm not partnering up with trash. Sorry.
I almost got invited to an esports team, but they're like, "You're good for casual matches only." After I squad wiped somebody.
Oh my god, that's a diss and a half. I would have
Oh,
been
yeah.
like, yo,
I'm like,
how about you
okay.
come up with a squad? I'll show you.
Like, okay. I didn't have a squad. I'm like, I felt so lonely. I'm like, okay, I'm down to play. And then I just left the party because it got annoying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is why I just do casual gaming for Gears of War and all that.
Those are fun games. You can never go wrong with them.
Yeah, they just updated Gears 5, and I'm so happy. They reduced microtransactions.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
not too big of a fan of microtransactions, unless it's like skins. Because Call of Duty has some bomb ass
that's true.
skins on their guns.
That is
and
true.
Yeah.
I shell out a couple coins for those skins, man. Anime is my shit, so I'll go for it.
Don't tell me you got that pink gun.
Which one? Because
That pink anime. I forgot. Like, no. But God, I saw it a while ago. I saw somebody had this.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie. I shelled out a lot of coins for Apex. I mean,
I do
a
not.
lot. Like all of my characters have legendary skins. Majority of my weapons, legendary skins.
I'll get yelled at if I do.
oh my gosh.
And I can say I pretty much spent well over $200 on Apex.
Yo, I don't
ButterPunch, you know how Spanish
I think I
families
spent
roll.
$40 because I would always buy that year pass or that little like game pass.
Season
they had.
passes and such.
There we go. Yeah, the season pass. I did that for like 4
I bought every season pass.
I
for
never
Apex.
liked season passes. You know how Spanish families are like.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Dude, like if you see that if you try to tell them you're buying something for video games, they'll be like, "You're wasting the money."
Exactly.
I'll be like, "No, mom, it's not like that."
I was gonna do that for Honor actually.
Huh?
I was gonna do that for Honor because for $100 they have like 12 characters. They have a season pass. They have everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They packed everything in it.
I would have done it. Honestly, like that was the one game I hated for their cosmetics and like their currency system was For Honor because
Yeah.
you would spend like 8 to 10 hours just getting one execution and like
Worth it.
that like I could just go to work for like 8 hours and get like 8 times that, but I don't want to do that. I just want to play the game. But they make it so tedious.
I just go for the executions. That's why I played for Kensai or the Samurai.
The Kensei's are going, yeah. I like them.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic: Far Cry 6 review.
Dude, I watched the trailer.
I wish. Do you have the copy hiding somewhere, dog? I'd be down to do this review right now.
Ubisoft.
I mean, all we saw was just pretty much a cinematic
trailer.
Yeah, cinematic.
Yeah,
trailer.
there we go.
Don't worry.
I'm trying to say the word right.
I was like cinematography.
Don't worry, I do
That's
this every
a good
time with
word,
people.
but that doesn't sound like it.
And like we didn't see much of gameplay, but
The whole story just looks completely different.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I think like the day after they had the reveal. I really liked that. I think the guy's name was Gustavo.
Yeah.
Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad, but his real name is I think
I forgot.
It was like
yeah.
Cassiano or something.
I forgot. It's
I'm gonna look his name up.
Yeah.
But the trailer was insane. Like, basically, Dictator Father comes in. Is like, son, put your toys away. This is a grenade. And he legitimately just says, this is a shell, this is a pin, this is a handle. You're going to hold this handle. Pulls the pin. Hold this. And he's literally just explained the lectures of good and bad between Dissidia and what they need. And it doesn't show if he throws a grenade or not. Because a little boy holding a grenade against a whole city revolutioning while they're on the top of the building. So it's a different gameplay compared to Far Cry 5, 4, 3. Like, I feel like they change Steam every time, and that's what I still like about the game.
I just hope with Far Cry 6 is gonna be better than 3 because 4 I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah,
Primal trash.
that's true.
Far Cry 5 I didn't get it. I wasn't interested in it. But hopefully with 6 they have someone really good, and I found his name is Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh,
Giancarlo Esposito. Good actor. Like
Yeah.
I've
Yep.
seen his Breaking Bad works. I haven't gotten into Better Call Saul, but I know he's in that right now. And his presence when you see him in like the show or even in the trailer, he captures your attention, man. It's something about his demeanor that it is amazing as an actor. But like when I did see the trailer for Far Cry 6, it was his menacing tone that just got me. He because this trailer starts out like you said, he comes into the room and the son is like, I think working on a toy car.
Yeah,
and
listening to music.
He's like going through the parts. He's listening to music, and he comes over and he's like, "Son, I want to show you something. Come here." And he goes over and he like you said, he comes over with the grenade and he puts it in his hand. He's like, "This is a grenade."
And he's like, what?
It's very much like a car. There are 4 parts to it though. And then he explains the pan, pulls out the pan, and he preps it, and then the kid starts freaking out. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I'm like,
"Hold it,
whoa, 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 whoa." And he's
hold it.
like, "You hold it." And then, like you said, he goes over explaining about the revolution and the political points of views that everybody has on him as a dictator, and letting him know it's like, okay, this is what they think of us, but they don't realize on the grand scheme of things what we do for the people. And I think that's what he's trying to show the protagonist that we're going to play as, the kid. Funny enough, I think on one of their behind the scenes when they were doing a motion capture interview, I think they said they were going to have like a guy and a girl to be like, you could pick your gender for the character.
Oh, interesting.
So I could be wrong, but I think I heard about that, and
That's a good twist.
That honestly seems very interesting to me. Because I think they did that on Far Cry 5, but I don't play
Do you think
it
they'll
that
change?
much.
Do you think the gameplay will affect it, or like the whole storyline?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be like you could just swap out the genders and that's it.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
gonna affect the grand scheme of things. But I kind of like the idea that you are a son to potentially a villain. That kind of changes the dynamic a little bit of like, okay, here's this bad guy, you got to kill him. It's gonna be like, no, like you personally. Hopefully, they'll develop that relationship between you and that villain as you grow up, and it's going to make you feel a little bit conflicted if you have to fight him or not. I know Far Cry 4 kind of played around with that idea because I think they were brothers.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna execute this a little bit better because Giancarlo is a great actor. I've seen that Breaking Bad stuff, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's you either become the dictator or you've solved the revolution, is what I'm seeing.
Right. It'll be interesting because then if you could split it up into parts of the game, might have great changes.
I like how they sort of inspire it with real life places or somewhat real life events that could possibly happen, quotation marks.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it a little bit wild.
Yeah, it's in Colombia, right?
I think so. So
So some Spanish country, I think.
We'll find out when the game comes. Is it coming out this year?
I don't think
next
so.
year?
I think it was just like a release
yeah, I think it was
reveal
just.
trailer. I don't think it dated
Let's
anything.
see. Far Cry.
I wouldn't be surprised if it came out in November with the PS5.
Well, that's another game I have to put on my list when I buy the PS5.
Yeah, it's coming out next year in February.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
I was off.
It's fine.
It'll be on the PS4, the PS5, the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and why is the Google Stadia still a thing?
You know, I think Google's just trying to make some money at this point.
I don't know how I feel about those streaming services. There's a bunch of them doing it, and I don't know how Google's doing anything for that.
A friend of mine, Isaac, he actually bought the Stadia. He's like, this was a waste of my money.
I don't blame him.
He
Because-
basically summed it up with all the lag and such.
Oh no.
And
There's
servers.
lag. That's
Yeah, if
not
there's
fun.
lag, and then of course you also have the input lag going along with that, then yeah, you just wasted money.
Yeah, those servers had to be fried.
Google takes another L.
Just
Yet
keep
again.
working on the phones.
Yeah.
They're doing all right with the Pixel 3a. Hopefully the 4a comes out. But
Yeah.
they canceled their meetings.
I tried to Google
again.
Glasses for the first time. Like, I tried a prototype of one of my old neighbors. That was so cool.
How was it like? I've never.
When I was like 15, I had a neighbor who worked for Google, and he's like, "Here,
Nice.
try these glasses on." Basically, I was blind because they obviously were prescribed. But in one quarter, I just said news, and it showed CNN on the corner of my right eye, and then you can hear it from the side.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I've seen glasses where like they actually have speakers on the sides, and then like
Yeah, it was just weird having a smaller screen on your right side, like in the corner of your eye.
That's kind of crazy.
This is the first time I've told this to anybody, actually.
I feel honored.
This just came back to my memories.
All right, next topic, and Microsoft's new weapon, Xbox Velocity Architecture, enhanced speeds.
So this is from what I heard over time. They're trying to speed up the processing of gaming downloads towards the Xbox Cloud and such.
Oh.
And I feel like it's a new revolution that Xbox is actually trying to promote. They're trying to focus on speeds and downloading process. They say you can get 4 gigabytes within about a couple minutes is the last update as well. Then you also have the Xbox Cloud going on. They're trying to focus more on streaming services, which I find kind of interesting. Because you can play your Xbox, you can go on PC, your tablet, and sooner or later they're probably going to try going with TV. Maybe something with Google or Microsoft. And I feel like that's a new innovation they're trying to compete with PlayStation 5. They're trying to go for the long run from what it looks like compared to just a console.
Right. Instead of just like focusing on console, games and console exclusives, they're more focused. They're more so going focused on branching out and be like, we're gonna try to have our services on different like platforms, whether it be on PC, on your tablet, or even on your actual television.
Yeah, this is what I heard this morning actually. Then they're trying to go with cell phones as well, like mobile phones, which is going to be a little bit weird. So what games can be compatible is just a little bit bizarre in my personal opinion.
Because, with phones, I could definitely see it maybe slightly become possible because you have phones that have like 8 gigs of RAM already and huge memory storage and whatnot and a good processor on top of it. All you have to do is just slap a controller, Bluetooth connected, and you're pretty much good to go. You can just play your game on your phone. Like I've seen it done with the Sony phones where you could play your PlayStation 4 on the actual Sony phone. You're just pairing your phone to the PS4, and then you could just be in another room and you could just be playing your favorite games just literally on your phone, and you just have the controller attached, to it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a innovative piece of tech that they've done. I've never really made time or money to like go ahead and play around with that thing though. So, but I think that's pretty cool that they are pushing it towards like going through new avenues. Because I remember when the Xbox One and the PS4 were first being announced, I know the Xbox was pushing towards to be more of a console for like family at home. Because I remember like they had that recording on your face, like they were like constantly recording you. That whole controversy.
Yeah.
They were gonna do more so like streaming services. And
they focus on the entertainment route.
Yeah. So I think they're kind of replicating this idea, but so far there's no backfire on it. So I think they're doing a pretty good job on pushing on that end here.
Yeah. Then I overheard that they're trying to slow down on the X and focusing on the Project S. Mostly, it's a little bit of a weird twist. I'm not sure if that's actually true. But I guess with all the platforms and the tiers of Xbox, we're focusing on the S since that might be the slightly lower value one compared to the PS5 Deluxe and then PS5 Downloadable. Instead of having 3 or 4 consoles at once, I guess they're going to try to do it sporadically or very slowly. Starting with the lowest one, which is going to be the Project S.
So is that going to be like the first console they'll release?
I believe so.
The X would be like the one after that?
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty good because then like you only have that one console, and if you wanted right away, that'd be it. I think PlayStation though is definitely giving a lot more flexibility from the startup though, because you have the PS4 with like a disc drive, one without, and then there's a debate on like whether that's worth like if you're gonna get it with without a hard drive disc. Is it worth saving up that $80 for, I guess, increasing the hard drive? Because now you're only depending on downloadable games at that point. I think there's a lot of questions for yourself as a consumer when you have to choose between those two, compared to the Xbox where you just buy it and that's it. Like you don't have to make other decisions besides that.
That's true. DLC has always been risky because it's sort of a license to have that game.
Yeah, it becomes when you get that license, it's like this is your game, but like you always got to make sure this is yours, you know.
Yeah.
Compared to like a physical copy, like yeah, this is it, dog. Like
Pretty much.
you can't tell me this is not mine, you know.
Exactly. This is why I still buy physical games. I try to buy them so that way, hey, at least I have it. So that way, if my account ever gets compromised, okay, I'll just do another account and I could just carry the physical games that I have to the next one.
Yeah, I'm guilty of having DLC. Some games I just don't really want to buy for that much of an X amount of price. So I decide to choose what game will be eventually on sale, then get the game on disc.
Like Ghost of Tsushima, I got it digitally because I could not wait. I couldn't wait for it physically.
I've overheard
even
disc
though I
being
could
sold.
have, even though I could just go to Walmart, GameStop, Target, Best Buy, and go pick up the game there. I couldn't wait. Like 12 o'clock on the dot, I'm playing this game. Let's go. Let's run it.
Yeah, that's definitely the move. I've actually tried to like call up on GameStops and be like, "Hey, are you gonna do like a midnight release where it's like a little bit earlier?" 'Cause
I felt that.
Close at like 9 instead of midnight, and get to play the game like 2 or 3 hours earlier than everybody else.
Oh yeah,
They don't usually do that, unfortunately. But I know they definitely did that on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, yeah.
Because my one of my cousins who plays the game too, he got the game like 2 or 3 hours earlier, and he's like, he calls me, he's like, "Hey, I got the game," and I just literally bring my PS4 to his house, and like I'm waiting for mine to like open up on midnight, but I'm watching him play, so I could be like, "All right, I can see what's gonna happen next."
Oh, my God.
That was a good time. That was a good time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I got one more thing for Xbox. I believe they're going to be starting financing as well. I overheard this morning that they're going to try to do like 0% interest. They're slowly going to try to make sure people can afford the console, at least.
So that way they could just finance it
Yep.
and be like, boom. It's
Even
right in
get-
your house, and then you just have to pay monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, so that way you can just finish paying off. And hey, at least you got your console, and they're gonna even make well, I wouldn't say they would make a little bit more profit. I would say more so the loaners.
Probably the loaners, but I think they are getting a more dedicated fan base for the console because that is offered. Considering with the pandemic right now, there's a lot of people who have a lot less hours or don't even have jobs right now.
Yeah.
So for them to like splurge out $400, $500 in the next few months is just isn't feasible for them because they have other financial responsibilities.
Yeah.
So giving that kind of like option for people who can't just shell out $400, $500 right away is a good thing on their end, and that's going to keep a lot of people coming for their console. I haven't heard PS4 plan to do anything like that, so
Yeah, I heard it's in
really
Yahoo
hope they do that.
Financials, actually.
Yeah, I really hope they put a financial option for that because I need that.
Oh, yeah, we all do.
All right. Next topic. Gamer Girl Disaster being made. Trailer made.
Oh, yeah.
by Sony.
I can explain this
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Explain that one because I was just like,
You saw it too?
what?
I actually was prepping for like the podcast when I watched it.
My God!
But
That's what's up.
It's interesting. It was definitely interesting to say the least. But you go ahead and take it away. And
So,
explain it. It's
basically,
crazy.
Sony had like one of their exclusive trailers going out called Gamer Girl. The developers of the game actually asked them to take out the video because of how much of a disaster it is. It's basically one of those point and clicks with a choice of being a chat moderator for a female streamer.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's why I called it a disaster originally, because this girl, quotation marks, is asking you, like, her options, her choices. Should I take this call? Should I go to this guy? Should I be friends with this person? And you delete them all. You're like a Twitch moderator.
Oh God.
Like, friend zoned.
Yeah, I saw a lot of when I saw the trailer. I saw a lot of opinions on it, like because they'll show you like people's reaction to it on Twitter, and then there's the YouTube comment section, and a lot of people are calling it the simp simulator now.
Yep.
I was like, listen, like I don't want to shell out $60 just.
I am
to
not.
do it to somebody that's not even real.
60
Like,
cents.
Not the call.
No.
But like, I could get by the idea. Like, sure, like it's a point and click game. There's probably an interesting story, but
I don't think
for a Twitch streamer as a moderator, like
people know how to, if that's a way to be a moderator.
I don't think you'll learn anything to how to be a
No,
moderator.
no, you will not.
And I don't think it'd be that difficult to do it, be a moderator for some other Twitch streamer in real life than doing that. I don't think it's that difficult, is it?
No.
Then yeah, like, why would you shell us $60 to do this on a game? If you
Yeah.
could just do this in real life.
The day that trailer came out, the developers just asked, "Hey, can you just take it out, please?"
Yeah, because they know they're gonna get fired in the comment section and of course on Twitter.
They got lit.
Oh man, nah. Once it's up, it's like the whole world sees.
Yeah, so many
They
screen
have-
recordings.
Yeah, they have the internet knows how to keep your information up there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you should know this by now.
I watched a video from Review Tech USA and Critical. One of my favorite YouTubers of all time.
Oh god.
Yeah, definitely not a game I'd be interested in.
Oh no.
That's Sim Simulator. That's accurate.
All right, the next one. Games we wouldn't mind being remastered.
So I got curious. I'm like, hey, what's a game we would like to be remastered for the next gen consoles? Like we would be okay with, because we can't just say GTA or 5 or Skyrim.
Yeah, we've
No,
we've had that every
that's
chance we could.
that's been beaten to death already.
Like we gotta like. I wonder what's a good game that's actually be nice to
I
remaster.
don't know,
we,
man. I'm kind of waiting for the day I could play Skyrim on my mobile phone. Like,
do not give them ideas.
no, this is the last
the
thing I
big
want to
gift
deal
I-
with. Bethesda has done enough. You'll have microtransactions for mead, skooma.
oh man.
I was
Actually,
thinking.
one game I was thinking about. Actually, do you want to go ahead?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. One game I want remastered, but like they never got around to it. Is No More Heroes. Like I've been waiting for it to like get remastered since they announced their No More Heroes spin-off on the Switch, and then No More Heroes 3 on the Switch. And I just want 1 and 2 like on the Switch also.
Wait, ButterPunch. Can you describe No More Heroes to our listeners?
Right. Okay. So if you guys don't know, No More Heroes is like a hack and slash Nintendo exclusive game. Well, was a Nintendo exclusive game that they had, I think, in like when the Nintendo Wii was still a thing, like in 2010. It was about this guy named Travis Touchdown, and basically he's like some regular nobody who bought I guess called a beam katana, but you could also call it a lightsaber, and like he fights this dude, and then he kills him, and then this girl is like, hey, welcome to Santa Destroy. We have 10 other assassins you could fight, and if you want to be the best assassin in the world, you got to fight them all. And it's just like this weird concept of like, okay, now you're an assassin, you're going to fight these other 10 assassins. But this guy has like this weird, like psychotic humor, very similar to Deadpool, where like you could get by with a lot of crazy stuff that he's been doing.
Okay.
But they had that on the Nintendo Wii. It's a great game. I actually loved it when I got it for the Nintendo Wii exclusively. And then they released the second one on the Nintendo Wii, and that was such a great game. I actually was recently playing it on the emulator that I have at home.
Nice.
And playing that, and then I played the No More Heroes on the Nintendo Switch, but they don't have it 1 or 2 on the Switch, and I don't want to have to go to between like my old Nintendo Wii or emulator or PS3 just to get that. I want them to remaster it and put it on the Switch, and a lot of people want it too. I don't know why they're not doing it, but I think maybe it's just there's not enough backing or funds, because I know they did the spin-off game just to see their interest on making No More Heroes 3, and then, well, they got a lot of sales. Now we got No More Heroes 3 coming in. How are we going to get them to make 1 or 2?
That's true.
Yeah, that's definitely a game I'm looking forward to. What games are you guys looking forward to if they could remaster?
Honestly, it's going to be a weird one for me. So, honestly, for Nintendo Switch, I hope they remastered the original Final Fantasies.
The original Final Fantasies.
Yeah. I was a huge fan of it on the SNES. I played it through the emulators. It was just a very fascinating experience for me because I never played an RPG until I reached Final Fantasy 1. That was one of my personal favorites because you had the options to change your class, make the names of your character, go through the original process of darkness before everything got complicated.
That's a pretty good game. I played it a little bit when they released that mini consoles where it had like, all those games on it.
Wow.
The mini Super Nintendo, I guess it was called. or Classic.
The mini emulators, basically.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were basically mini emulators, and I played that for a little bit, and that was a fun time. I never beat it though, but I do know their characters because they had this PSP game called Final Fantasy Dissidia, where like each character from
I've
like
had
1
that
through
game.
10
Ooh.
like would have heroes and villains fight each other.
I've had that game.
That's a great PSP game.
Yes, that is literally the City of Final Fantasy 1 and even 2, Duodecim, great games.
Great
games.
Did we talk about it last podcast?
No,
we didn't.
no, I think we did, but it was in regards to
The multiplayer. No.
The new one?
the new one, NT for the PlayStation. That was a disaster. Yeah, and I said, that was like one of my biggest disappointments was just that game because they made it team based. And I'm just like, you're not listening to the fans. Like, we want the City of Final Fantasy game, like, make it HD, bring it to the consoles, and keep it 1v1. If you want to have assist characters, fine. Let the characters be assists, but 1v1. Instead, it's a team based, and my goodness, like, imagine you're watching your teammates getting slaughtered, and you're trying to carry them. It's like playing Apex Legends all over again. you're just carrying them, and then if you're waiting in the lobby long enough because there aren't that many players, they'll throw you 2 computer characters, CPU, and once the other guy knows that, you got computer characters, they go straight for them. They're not going to go for you.
They go straight for the jugular.
Oh, gosh. That doesn't sound like a good time. 1v1s is where it's at. And
Yeah,
agreed.
Actually, I wouldn't mind if they remastered those PSP exclusives onto the console.
Yeah.
That would be a good time.
Yeah. Because for so long that we've wanted this game to come to the main consoles since the PS3 era, but they just never got around to it. And boom, NT comes. Yes, it's going to be team-based. Okay, but hey, we're excited that we're actually finally getting this game. You play it and be like, what in the hell is this?
I think one of the turnoffs I had about it, and that's where I got concerned about the game, is when they released a gameplay trailer, and there was just so much on screen.
Yeah.
There was like 3 numbers you had to manage. There was 3 characters. On the top right, you had like a timer. On the top left, you had like the HP gauge, and then there's like the MP gauge, where like you have to build up melee attacks to use it on their HP.
That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much on screen that I was like, yo, like, I don't even know what the heck is going on at this point. And that's what threw me off, and I wasn't willing to go.
Would that be a gaming pet peeve? Like too much on a heads-up display?
Yeah,
if it's like too
could be a
much,
pet peeve.
yeah.
All right, that's good. That's gonna be on the list now.
Yeah, that's on the list, and that made me not buy the game.
But yeah, and for me, I would say a game that I wouldn't mind being remastered, Beautiful Joe.
I remember that.
My God, I
Beautiful Joe.
PS2, man, that's a good game.
Oh my gosh.
Capcom, y'all brought back Mega Man with Mega Man 11. You brought back Resident Evil, 2, 3?
0.
2 and 3.
They're probably gonna remaster 4.
Y'all remastered the Devil May Cry's again.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, and even 4 with special edition.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I actually bought that. Didn't even play it though.
So I'm just saying, Capcom. I'm just saying. Beautiful Joe, because I'm pretty sure there are fans of the Beautiful Joe out there. Still out there. They're probably around my age, but
Fingers crossed.
yeah.
Listen, you can't just tease the skin of Beautiful Joe on Street Fighter V.
Exactly.
And not give us any hope.
Exactly.
Okay, I think I have another game I can mention. You ever played Dark Cloud or heard of it?
Yes.
Thank God somebody knows.
Oh, I actually bought the PS2.
Thank God!
On the PS4 because I played it. Funny enough, I didn't realize this because I didn't know about voice actors. The voice actor for Dark Cloud 2, the main character, he's the same guy who voices Robin in Teen Titans.
Nice. Wait, are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
If you listen to it,
Get out.
he has that same voice.
I'm gonna find a PS2 just so I can get this game.
Oh my gosh, just watch the opening of Dark Cloud 2 and hear him talk. You'll be like, that's Robin.
To explain Dark Cloud, it's basically one of those. Would you consider it an RPG?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd call it a JRPG.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Basically, single player has a main focus. You can switch between two characters, and one of the characters had a modification. Like, it's sort of in a steampunk era.
Yeah, like you're like in a town, and there's a lot of like weird machineries in there. I know that like the character you play as is like he's like a mechanic. Like he can make
Max,
stuff.
I think. Wow, this is going back like 10
Oh yeah,
years.
his name's Max.
Oh my god.
I really like that game because like you got the gun on your one hand, and then you had like a wrench because like he's the mechanic.
Yeah.
And you would play that, and you could alternate between like those two attack systems. And playing it again on the PS4, it holds up pretty well. And I thought it was hard, but it really isn't that difficult.
It's a simple game to play. I do like the function where you can customize a part of town so you can repair the future. Like there's a little bit of time travel so you can get certain items and certain parts of the story going on.
Oh yeah. I haven't really gotten that far to the time travel part. I got to like the forest after the train arc, and I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty lit. But I'm gonna go finish these other games.
Dude, I remember this from years ago, and it just gave me flashbacks. Then there's a scene where you have golf, like a little mini golf session.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
I
like,
love
when
that
would
part.
Watch like the playthroughs online.
You know, I might buy a PS4 just because of this.
There you go, man. The classics are on there, and it's pretty great. But if worse comes worse, you could always just get a PS2 emulator. Those are pretty convenient.
True. Might as well link up with you guys.
I'll hook you up. I know some places.
I'll bug your Discord. I'm kidding.
Like Flynn's is over here. He's like, all right, guys, you can't talk about this in our Discord. And then we're like, you want to hop over to the side?
What's up, dog?
Oh man. Let's see. What was the other topic? Okay. Sony potentially buying Leiyu, makers of Warframe and Samurai Showdown. Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that one.
Yeah, I just saw this recently that they're going to try to buy Leiyu, makers of Samurai and Showdown and Warframe. I was wondering they're going to actually make a remake of Samurai Showdown, which they rated for Switch, right?
No, there is a Samurai Showdown game for the PS4.
Why do I keep forgetting this? Wow.
Yeah, an updated one.
Yeah, I saw they have a Warden as a DLC, but I think they're going to try to expand more either on Warframe, or they potentially make another MMO related to Warframe.
I gotta tell you, like, I played Warframe, I got my PS4, I think, the day after it came out, because I never did the pre-orders. I was working that summer with my dad to save up money for it, and I went to I called every GameStop in there, and there was one in Coral Springs that had, like, one extra PS4.
Wow.
And I bought that. And then one of the first games I played was COD Ghost in there. Trash.
Yes.
Yep,
trash.
I agreed.
And Warframe was actually one of the other games they had for launch. That game was ahead of its time. That was so
definitely
much
was.
fun. So for Sony to buy out the company that made that, and Samurai Showdown, which has a strong following in the fighting game community,
Yeah.
I think they're putting in a good investment in there.
Yeah, I think it might be a new FGC going on or another fighting game that might come in for the next upcoming years.
I can see that
definitely looking
happening.
forward to
Yeah.
that. But yeah, Warframe was a good game. I loved it, and there's a lot of people who still play it today. So
I never
whatever
got into
thing
it.
they do next,
Yeah, I definitely
be
agree. I haven't played Warframe in years.
Same.
Distractions.
oh yeah, I mean that's a never-ending time sink. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of Destiny, but without much chaos or repetition.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. All right, and the next one is what we want in next gen consoles. I think we've covered this.
I know. We always like to ask somebody what they want in the next gen.
Okay. Oh, you're hitting me with these questions right away. Usually
Always.
I feel a little bit comfortable when you guys started it out for me, because then I get the ideas.
All right, we've talked
But I'll add a
about
little bit.
better servers. We've talked about less lag time, better downloading,
Crossplay on all.
Yep, crossplay and all.
I think crossplay would be pretty good. I love the Call of Duty's crossplay because surprisingly you don't have to have PlayStation Plus to play with other people on there.
Yep.
I never knew that.
Yeah, like one of my friends who doesn't have PlayStation Plus because he only plays on PC, he hopped on and caught Ghost, and I was like, how are you playing with us? He's like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's because of the crossplay. And I was like, yeah, why don't we have more crossplay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only game I've seen that's available on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
Yep. All at once.
Let me know if you guys want to join. We'll do Warzone.
Yeah, but yeah, like I'm thinking right now, like what other thing I would
We want fighters to have crossplay. Like
Yes.
that should be a mandatory thing.
I agree.
fighting. If there isn't any like lag comp in between the consoles, then yeah, I'd be totally down for that because then you basically unite the FGC, the fighting game community, between all the consoles. I know they already do that for Street Fighter. And
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat's doing one for like PS4 and Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, like the signal on between those two consoles on Mortal Kombat isn't as good.
Yeah, I've done some crossplay in Mortal Kombat. It does have a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, but I know on Street Fighter between PC and PS4, they did a great that's a good job.
Yeah.
They did a
Oh,
good
definitely.
job.
Definitely.
So I would be really happy if they did that. That'd be definitely down. I'd definitely be down for that.
Well, I've also said more better streaming options and better streaming features for that'll be in the next gen console. So that way, people who don't have luxurious setups like a laptop, a capture card, and things like that, and they'd rather just stream off of just their console, give them more options. Like they can make some overlays, or just overlays, alerts, and all that. All the bells and whistles when it comes to streaming.
I definitely agree. I would add on because with Xbox you have Microsoft Edge, so you can literally use the internet to set up how you want to do it. I would think that'd be pretty neat. Use your
cool.
use your controller as a mouse and just guide everything. That setup would be amazing.
That would be cool. I know the PS3 the PS3 and the PS4 actually have their own manual web browsers on.
Huh?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I definitely never used it because
Yeah.
why would you?
When you have your
everybody has
phone.
a phone. Everybody has a laptop. It's probably going to run a lot better than your console.
I guess it was like maybe like years ago before our smartphones became even more smarter. They had that option there for people who just want to casually surf the web, or maybe they want to watch something on their PlayStation through the internet or whatnot, and just boom, put it up on the TV. But as technology advances to the point where you could just literally have your phone screen literally on the TV, I mean, hey, I think it's a feature that, they don't have to keep putting the internet browser in the PlayStation anymore, but just expand on other features that are going to be beneficial to the gamers.
Agreed.
Right, yeah.
And the last topic is, I sent this to Waluigi. Microsoft no longer selling 12-month Xbox Live Gold plans
Yeah, I saw that.
ahead of Xbox Series X launch. And I'm guessing it's thanks to the success of the Game Pass.
Yeah, pretty much. You pay $14.99 maybe every 2-3 months, and you have exclusives for the Game Pass. I've downloaded multiple things like Gears of War 5, Dead by Daylight, For Honor, all in the Game Pass, and I just paid at $14.99, including with Xbox Live Gold. So they call it like the ultimate to have both those exclusives. It's a little bit interesting, but the 12-month, I really don't feel much of anything really. Since
It's just like,
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
because
much.
there's Game Pass, and people are more likely going to go for Game Pass than, buying 12 months of Xbox Live when, hey, Game Pass is just as good. And who knows, maybe that could create competition against Sony, since we pay for PlayStation Plus, and maybe, hey, guess what? At least our option, we're giving our gamers a better deal than what you guys are giving them over on the PlayStation. That could create some competition to
That's
be like,
true.
okay, all right, maybe some of the PlayStation guys will come to us because, hey, our Game Pass is giving players a lot more options and better service than what they're getting with PlayStation Plus. So, hey, competition is good.
That's true. I definitely like the Xbox exclusives.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a good deal. Funny enough, I was actually looking at the Game Pass for the PC because I didn't want to shell out $60 for Gears of War 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like I didn't want to shell out $60 for that, and like I tried it out on the PC, and it's really cool. You download the games, and
Yeah, it's
that's
already on
what
your browser.
you do. I just think it's kind of be like a little weird because if they're taking out the monthly subscription, well, the monthly and the yearly subscription, that means the Game Pass would have to compensate for that loss of revenue and probably up the price on the Game Pass, wouldn't they?
Potentially, but with PC, it's weird because you don't really need an Xbox Live membership. From what I've heard.
That does make sense, yeah, because you don't need it.
It's not going to damage PC much, but for console players, it will just slightly.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I kind of want to play Sea of Thieves now.
But yeah, the Game Pass is a good deal. Like, even for me, who's only on PS4 and PC, like, that's appealing. And PS4 with their, I think PS Now, what's it called?
PlayStation Now.
Yeah, PlayStation Now. That doesn't have anything appealing to me besides
Seriously?
the fact that, like, you could play PS3 games on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I don't want to have to pay $10 just to play, like, some game on there that I could probably get for, like, $4 or $5 at GameStop with my old PS3 right now.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so PS Now might have to step it up if Game Pass is going to definitely make some strong moves like that.
Yeah, if the Series S or X comes out, I think it's going to be unique that you can play that current gen, the last gen, which is going to be the Xbox One, and then Xbox 360, then the Xbox. A whole line of generations of Xbox that you can play on the Game Pass. Because I have Fusion Frenzy.
Wow.
A good game. And that's a crazy power move.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
it is. I haven't played that game in actually a hot minute. You know, I might try to stream it tonight.
Alrighty, well, I guess we can put a bow on this episode and wrap it up. Is there any final words or final statements you guys want to get out?
I guess I just want to say thank you again, Silverback Senpai and Waluigi, for letting me be your guest on your show.
No problem.
Not a problem, man.
It's an interesting experience to be here, like, talking about, like, a bunch of, like, of passions that we have for video games and some like politics on video games that are happening in the world that we can, like, conversate about.
Yeah.
And share memories. That's, like, the best part. Like, sharing memories between the games we love.
Definitely.
We've all played it. I think that's a good experience I was able to share with you guys, so thank you.
No problem.
No problem, man.
It's definitely fun having this podcast, especially with people sharing nostalgia. And then we throw in nostalgia, and we either have a mutual connection or, like, an understanding of one another when it comes to gaming.
Exactly.
Gaming brings people together.
Heck yeah.
It does. It really does.
We all met in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, funny
there
enough.
you go. The one game I like is the most toxic community, and we stuck it out.
Yeah, it's definitely fun playing with you, man.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that concludes episode 8 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. You can catch the video playback available on the platforms that it's currently being streamed on. That is Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at the Silverback Senpai. You can also, for audio listeners, you can also catch us on SoundCloud, iTunes. I know I have to work on SoundCloud. Don't remind me. I know I'm behind on that. But it's available on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. So, yeah. And with that being said, I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. And
we appreciate it.
We will catch you guys in the next episode 2 weeks from now. So, definitely can't wait for that. And thank you again, ButterPunch, for joining us on this episode.
Butter Haymaker, Montekia Uppercut, we appreciate it.
Everything in between. I can tell you all the names I've gotten, man.
Oh, man. Can't wait to have you again, man. All right, y'all. Until next time, as always, stay classy.
Peace out.